In the name of God the Almighty, peace to you. Today I will speak about the New Age movements. Uh, I don't know if we should call them religions or whatever, because there are a group of thoughts that what's common between them, that the people who uh, follow such thoughts or ideologies or religions, if you want to call them, they are people who are a bit, you know, uh, full of themselves, and they believe they reach a level of uh, loving this life, this mortal life, to a degree that they believe already that they are gods and that they are here to enjoy this physical exist, or materialistic body, or physical life, whatever you want to call it. So where is the problem with their thoughts? And when you listen to them, you will feel flattered by the positivity they speak about, and they call for peace, and you think when you listen to them that you are listening to some kind of really revolutionary idea that will bring this world into a one nation, living in peace and harmony and all of that. So when you listen to them, you can't but admire to some degree what they are saying. However, words do not match at all the way they live their lives. They are a bunch of selfish, greedy beings who want to live their lives to the maximum, regardless how much it costs, uh, you know, from other people, freedom from other people's lives. They are, some kind of the spiritual side of atheists. And uh, of course, we can't generalize everything because, as I said, they are a group of movements. They are not really, uh, organized in the same way. However, as I am talking about what they share in common and how they come about, and why we should take care to not fall to what they are saying. Because, as I said, they say something and they live quite the opposite. They are, smart, and uh, they are smart in wearing masks. You don't know the person you are talking about. You meet her or you meet him for a year, and then you may not see her for a couple of years, and when you meet again, you'll see completely different person, a different way of reasoning. Like you are meeting a new person, totally a new person, the second time you meet them. And then it could go also to meet a third face of them, or fourth or five. It depends about the personality of the people you are dealing with. I'm not against people that they should work on themselves. They should improve their souls. They should change their beliefs from one day to another if possible, if it brings them closer to the truth. But these people, it's completely the opposite. They are nice and fine and smooth as long as you are a distance from them. However, if you, in a way or another, find yourself suddenly out of nowhere, because of a coincidence or because of some kind of friendship or a relationship between you and one of them, you will find some uh, find yourself all of a sudden in hell. You will see totally the real face of the person you are dealing with. It's totally the opposite of what they are saying. When, as I told you, they call for peace. When you hear them first time speaking, they call for peace. They call for privacy. They call for freedom, personal freedom, and everything. And once you fall in their trap and you find somehow yourself in their net, you will see the real faces. You will see someone who's trying to control you in any way or shape or sort, in any power he could or she could. They are a bunch of occultists, and they work with witchcraft. They do black magic. They do anything they call power of nature, and they think they are able to harness and master these energies, and they use them, as I said, for their own selfish, greedy needs. They don't care about you. They don't bother about world in general. They believe they are here because, as I said, they are some kind of the spiritual side of atheists. They believe deep down that this world is a jungle, and the strong must eat the weak. So that is their real core, what they tell them. That's what they come from originally, and that's they believe that you should do as you like. You should enjoy your life to the maximum. So they have to be positive, remain positive. And if you are sensitive and you come across them, they will say you have a mental problem. You have to cure yourself. You are the problem, not them. You are having not so positive vibes for them, so you don't fit in. So these people, as I said, they are selfish to count everything that could bother them or bother their agenda or bother their way of life. They completely cast you out. You have to become a real beast. They believe that we live in this world and we have, to live like animals. But they are, actually, in reality, they live even worse than animals. There is no limit to their selfishness. There is no limit to their greed. There is no limit to their own freedoms, where they don't respect any of somebody else. There is no limit to the games they play, the masks they wear. As I told you, they are able to live like chameleons in their lifetime, just for the sake of their own selfish needs. They don't give a damn about anybody else. And all what you hear when you first meet them, they are all lies. They don't live anything the same way they speak. So these people, uh, they believe that, as I said, they can control the energy realm, or they can communicate with beings which actually many of them lie to themselves that they are dealing with some super powerful creatures out there in the spiritual realm, when in reality all what they are doing, they are handing themselves totally to their own shadow selves. Because every person of us, physical person, every person, human person, has a shadow side, fiery side, who's similar person. So these people, in reality, what they don't know that they are doing, they are handing their body totally to the will and the desires of their fiery side, the shadowy side, the dark side. And they believe that when they do that, they become gods, because they feel free to fly, to do whatever they want, no limits, no strings or whatever. And that's why we are living, and they contribute to the problems we are facing today. When many people you hear, you can go into a social media platform and you hear plenty of people sharing about the environmental issues, sharing about, peace, any, all great words, all, you know, waving great banners. But in reality, as I said, these people, they don't commit themselves to such causes in their real life. They live completely the opposite. They say something and they live the opposite. They say they are loving and caring and love and positivity and blah blah blah. Once you fall in love with some of them, they go mad. So they have all what they say, they are words completely. They are people who are masked. They are living demons and masked behind a godly mask. That's the way they are. These are the new age movements. As I said, they don't believe, many of them deny even the existence of God. They believe we all some type of gods who are in a physical journey or something. So they don't believe that there's something more powerful than them, especially when they communicate with their dark side. So these people, as I said, some of them know that they are dealing with the dark side, and many of them, especially the young generation, who fall for names and different names like Wicca, for they learn the witchcraft and magic and all these things, and some of them from the Masons and others from people of Aleister Crowley, and uh, many names and many some of them also take whatever you know notions from religions and mix them together, and some of them believe in a god who has a wife, and some of them believe that the energy realm is that's God, and each one of us can become God here in this life. All these things, as I said, mixture of polluted ideas put forward just for the sake that they don't want to be responsible. They want to live their lives to the maximum, and that's it. So they hide behind many masks in order to, hide their rotten cores. And one time in my life, I came across someone of them, and the situation worsened, and him and his network has been or followed me for a while, for years, around the world. And one of these women who work with that network came to Facebook once and trying to understand or to analyze me psychologically. And so she was advising that I should play around, because as I told you, they don't have any value for feelings. You are weak if you fall in love. You are weak if you emotional. They think sentimentality is something wrong, and so these people want people to live like robots or beasts or sex machines or whatever you want to call that, just just because they believe that this is their lifetime and they want to live it to the maximum. And so this woman was suggesting that I go out, and I told her I'm not attracted to anybody. I can't pick up anyone from the street and go sleep with, and all these things. So because I didn't agree with what she's suggesting, she counted me completely. Someone with mental issues, and and she told me that then you better move on. I told her I am moving on, but once I will move on, the entire world will move with me. And she laughed at me when I said that. But that conversation happened on Facebook, uh, just maybe a couple of weeks before the explosion of the coronavirus. And I hope if she's listening to me now, she comes up and say her name and say that we had this conversation. And because I knew since then that I am on the right and they are on the wrong. and they haven't seen anything yet. I'm not looking for vengeance or whatever, but I'm not even having any ill feeling towards the person who I had some kind of a relationship with, because I believe in total freedom of feelings. I could fall in love, the other person doesn't fall in love. I could, have very strong feelings towards someone, he doesn't feel the same or she doesn't feel the same. This is normal. It's his life, it's his body, it's her life, it's her body. They are totally free to do whatever they want, to believe whatever they want, as long as they don't attack me or they don't come towards me in any way. So I have nothing towards the person who was involved with me directly in any kind of relationship or friendship. But I have the problem about this culture in general. These people who claim to be positive and speak about utopia and speak about, positive vibes and positive energy and all this blah blah blah. They are all liars. They are all rotten inside. Just you can see the demon there once. Just even if they are speaking whatever they are speaking, try to resonate with them, but not in the way they want you to resonate, and you will see immediately the demons they are. So for me, it's clear. As I said, I can't generalize. I'm not saying all the people who believe in such things have bad intentions or they are demonized, but I am saying this where it leads you to. If you get involved and you get committed and you do the practices they do, it will lead you from light to darkness. If you don't believe me, go read the biographies of the founders of such movements like Aleister Crowley or Gerald Gardner or any of these creepy people. They look creepy. And when you read what they were all about, you will see that what I am saying is the truth. And especially, as I said, it's not all just related to these guys or this one or two or three movements. There's also other movements like many main religions nowadays take also this kind of approach to things, that everything will be fine and we are already in something written, so we should not have to bother or to worry or not to think. It's good not to worry when you believe strongly in God and that whatever God brings you, you accept it. That's fine. But these people, they put God out of the equation and they say everything is written, as long as I told you, they don't want to be responsible. So whenever, if they cause a problem to you, they will say it's written. It's not my fault, you know? So they will never, first of all, give you any excuse or never apologize to any harm they do to you. They will not, they are completely arrogant, selfish, greedy, stubborn. I mean, many people say, well, you don't go to kingdom of God as long as you don't feel as a child. These people tried maybe to go back in time, but they went to the worst years of any human being, which are the year of adolescence, these years between 13, 14-year-old up to 17. These are the worst year of any human being. There are many of them at that age stubborn. So when you deal with them, you feel like you are dealing with a teenage spirit, which is violent, which is greedy, which is stupid, which is stubborn. These are the main characteristics of majority of people when they are in teenage years. They are unbearable. So I am warning you in this video against going into these movements, and many of them also, as I said, take what they like from mainstream religions like Buddhism or Hinduism or sometimes Christianity, and they try to mix things up as long as it goes with their flow, with what they like to do. That's fine. So fine about believing in reincarnation. How about that? For example, let us live this life to the maximum, because I will not be Murad next. So why I should bother? Let me enjoy my life now. So they take, as I told you, what they like. Anything that do not make them responsible, they take it. And that's wrong, because we know that when we are not against giving people freedom over their selves. I'm not defending slavery to religions or to any uh, anything that take my power or my will away from me. But these people are supporting giving freedom without putting any responsibility or any duty on the person. And that's why not everybody is wise out there. Not everybody is experienced with their life. And as I said, the majority of people who are joining in with these groups are young people. And young people have no experience, and they will be shocked, and they will be uh, drugged, and they will become, they will end up in rehabilitation centers, whether from drugs, whether from uh, you know, I don't know, love stories, problems, or broken heart, or whatever that such movements could lead them to. Because, as I said, they give you total freedom without any responsibility, without any but we all know, every sane person know that freedom should be twinned with responsibility and wisdom. If not, it's destructive. And these people lead you to destroy yourself, literally. So you go there and you give yourself to completely, your body to your shadow self, to your dark side. That's all what's happening. But even many of these people don't know that. They believe that they are really communicating with the energy of trees, or the soul of trees, or the soul of nature. They are, as I told you, I'm telling you, they are mixing things to sound plausible to people as much as they could. But they practice, and everything they believe in, they are all evil. And I know many people could go in there with good intention, because they hear about peace, they hear about oneness, they hear about, as they say all these good things. However, they don't want you to be responsible. That's where I differ with them. I agree that we are one soul with everything. We are in oneness with nature, with animals, with every living being, with planets, with galaxies, with everything. I believe that many things they say they believe in, but the only difference, and which is the main difference, that I'm a responsible being and they are not. I believe that we are here to be tested. We are here given a chance to become God or not to be, to become eternal or not to be, to own the soul we have been given temporarily in this test or not. You logically speaking, if you want to believe what they believe and that they are already gods, do you think any God is not in control over his life or her life? Why they do die? Do gods die? Any god could be forced to do something he doesn't or she doesn't want to do. So when you know that we are not in total control over everything in our life, we have to understand our limits. We have to understand that we are here to be responsible. Yes, we should not be slaves, become slaves to others, or to not be taken advantage of, but at the same time, we have to be responsible. That is the important line that I differ totally with these people on. And this is a fucking huge difference. I know my limits. I know that I should not cross the freedoms and the privacy of other people. But these people do not, because they want everything for themselves. They are very selfish, self-centered. I wish just they can see the light someday, and they see the real light, that they see what they are doing. They are destroying themselves. That's what they are doing, while believing they are on the right track, and that they are the one who really understood what's going on. That's the funny side, that they don't understand that they are on their own. They don't admit it. Even though their behavior and the way they lead their lives lead them to early physical and health problems. Many of them get strokes. Many of them get cancer, and yet they don't see that they are on their own. And as I said, many of them are narcissists, so how they are going to admit to themselves that they are wrong? These people are, they feel that they are always on the right, they have the right, and they, even if when you mention God, God has to, you know, obey them, because they didn't ask him to create them. That's how superficial they are in understanding the existence itself. That's why I find myself again giving you know, a reminder of what God is. The eternal soul that existed decided to exist physically. There started God. God started from light and word everything that exists in the physical realm that we see. And he has been fighting his dark side all the time, until he reached a moment that he's in control. So he put his dark side in control. He accommodated his dark side. So he decided at a later stage, when he became really in control, that he wants to create other beings, to give other beings chance to become like him. Thus, we are just one planet out of millions who hold lives on them. And we are beings created in order to see if we deserve this eternal soul we have or not. We are giving it temporarily. Go, have the soul, live, and let me see how creative you are, how responsible you are, how wise you are, what are you going to spend your time doing, and all these things. You don't go live like animals without a brain. You don't go, uh, you know, pollute everything around you. You don't go harm others, attack others, steal things from others, act like a teenager all the time. So where are these people from? What they are, the chance they are being given? Once they die, their soul will be returned to their maker, to their owner, and he will say, no, you don't deserve it. This is your lifetime. This is what you have been doing. So we are given a chance with a total free will to be or not to be. But these people believe that they are already be, they exist already as gods. So they got the result for themselves before even taking the test. Why? Because they don't want to take the test. They don't want to be responsible. But things don't work. Truth doesn't give a fuck about what they believe in. So we have to understand that, yes, we have to live freely, but responsibly. To respect every other living being, to respect nature, to respect everything around us. and to respect above everything the soul, this eternal soul given to us as a test if we are qualified to own it or not. When you go screw everybody in town around you for some hallelujah in your head, what kind of respect you left for this fucking soul you have, or body, or whatever? So we have to understand that this why we are here, and these people are taking it all wrong. They understood nothing, and they are taking this life to the maximum because they want to live it to the maximum, because they don't believe in a judgment day. They don't believe that what I am saying is the real reason behind this mortal life. So they are of course free to live the way they want. We are free to see the truth and believe in it, even if they don't want to believe in it. And we will see. They will die and we will die. And this temporary world has a timer that will stop at one point in history. And I believe it's coming very soon. And everybody will see his real worth. If we are qualified to become eternal or not. So I am here to tell you, because I believe we are all brothers and sisters, regardless of who's doing the right thing and who's doing the bad thing. I'm telling you, repent, change your ways, understand the real reason behind your existence, understand what's the soul you have it's all about, understand that the energy realm is just one realm inside the godly realm. Everything is under the God command. God is the center and the source of everything. And these beings you are dealing with, they are just the shadow of you, just shadows of yourself. All what you are doing is giving yourself totally to these dark side, dark energies, dark beings, while in reality it should be the other way around. You should accommodate them, you should take them on control, gain more experience, and have responsibility, become wise and more knowledgeable and more in control over your urges, over your weaknesses. So that's it from me today. Stay away from these movements. If you are in, get out and try to communicate sincerely with your maker. You have to believe that you are made, you are created. All these entire world didn't happen by, you look at your own organs. They are not put in such, harmony and in a very perfect way out of coincidence. Look at your mind, how complicated it is and how powerful it is if you use it wisely. Not for your own greed, not for your own selfishness, but for the common good. That's it from me today. Bye for me.